Life often presents us with daunting challenges, moments that test our resilience and the very depths of our spirit. It's in these trials that we often learn our most profound lessons. In a serene marsh, where the reeds whispered ancient tales, lived Clara and Finn, a magnificent pair of cranes. Their love was boundless, and their greatest joy lay in the promise of new life, carefully nestled in their humble home. Tragedy, however, cast its shadow. One morning, their precious clutch of eggs had simply vanished. No trace, no sign of the thief, just an agonizing emptiness. Heartbroken, they mourned, but hope eventually spurred them to try again. With renewed determination, Clara and Finn laid a second set of eggs. This time, vigilance was constant, yet fate had a cruel twist. A slithering shadow, a cunning snake, found its way into their nest, devouring their future before their very eyes. The devastation was absolute, the grief unbearable. Finn, his heart heavy with despair, knew they couldn't endure this torment alone. He resolved to seek counsel from his wise friend, the crab. Finn, his spirit crushed, sought out his wise friend, Corvus the crab, who resided amongst the gnarled roots at the water's edge. He poured out his heart, recounting their unbearable losses. The first clutch vanished without a trace, and the second devoured by the slithering snake. Corvus listened, his ancient eyes fixed on Finn, absorbing every painful detail of the crane's despair. After a moment of profound thought, Corvus spoke, his voice low and gravelly. Finn, a greater force is needed to face such cunning. You must find a mongoose. Lay a trail of small fish from its den directly to your nest. The irresistible scent will draw it. The snake, sensing this formidable predator, will undoubtedly emerge to defend its territory, and a confrontation will follow. Desperate, Finn returned to Clara, relaying the crab's bold, risky plan. Apprehension warred with their hope, yet they acted. Finn caught fish, and Clara, with meticulous care, laid them one by one, a glistening, deadly path through the reeds. The trail was set, a silent invitation, leading a formidable hunter towards their empty home, and towards the lurking danger within. It was unlong before the irresistible scent of fresh fish reached the keen nose of a nearby mongoose. With its sleek body low to the ground, it began to follow the glistening trail, each small fish a tantalizing clue leading it closer to an unexpected bounty. Clara and Finn watched from a distance, their hearts hammering against their ribs, a mix of desperate hope and profound fear churning within them. Every rustle in the reeds, every shadow that flickered, tightened the knot of anticipation. The mongoose, driven by instinct, eventually arrived at the crane's nest. Just as Corvus had predicted, the cunning snake, sensing the formidable intruder on its territory, emerged from its hidden lair beneath the gnarled roots. Its forked tongue flickered, tasting the air, its cold eyes narrowing at the sleek, agile mongoose. A tense silence fell over the marsh, broken only by the gentle lapping of water against the shore. Then, with a sudden, explosive burst of movement, the two ancient adversaries clashed. The mongoose, quick and relentless, darted in and out, its sharp claws and teeth a blur. The snake, powerful and venomous, struck repeatedly, but the mongoose was too swift, too agile. The battle was fierce, a primal dance of survival. Finally, with a decisive, fatal bite, the mongoose overpowered its reptilian foe. The snake lay still, its threat to the crane's future finally extinguished. A wave of profound relief washed over Clara and Finn as they witnessed the mongoose's victory. The snake, their tormentor, was gone. A dangerous predator had been vanquished, and for a fleeting moment, hope surged through their weary hearts. They had faced their challenge, sowed wisdom, and executed a plan. Their home, they believed, was finally safe. But their relief was brutally short-lived. The mongoose, its primal hunger still unsated from the recent exertion, turned its attention to the nest. Its keen senses, owned by a lifetime of hunting, detected the familiar scent of sustenance within. Before the horrified cranes could even utter a cry of warning, the agile creature plunged its head into the soft down. With swift, efficient movements, it consumed the very eggs they had fought so desperately to protect. The sight was devastating. Their hearts, which had just begun to mend, shattered once more. The solution, born of desperation and the advice of a friend, had not brought salvation but a new, equally heartbreaking catastrophe. They had traded one predator for another, an old enemy for a new one, perhaps even more immediate and devastating. The silence that followed was heavy with a sorrow deeper than before, a bitter realization dawning upon them. The bitter truth struck them with the force of a thunderbolt. In their desperate attempt to save their future, they had inadvertently sealed its fate. The mongoose, their unlikely savior against the snake, had become their new destroyer. Their hearts ached with a profound, desolate understanding. They had sought a quick fix, a powerful ally to eliminate an immediate threat. But in doing so, they had introduced an even more cunning and persistent danger directly into their home. The marsh, which had once felt like a sanctuary, now seemed a cruel, indifferent stage for their repeated tragedies. Their gaze drifted from the empty nest to the departing mongoose, a symbol of their flawed strategy. They had eliminated one problem, only to create another, far more immediate and devastating. The cost of their ill-conceived solution was laid bare, a silent, crushing indictment of their haste and lack of foresight. This wasn't merely a new predator. It was a consequence of their own actions, a bitter echo of their initial loss, magnified by their own intervention. The bitter truth struck them with the force of a thunderbolt. In their desperate attempt to save their future, they had inadvertently sealed its fate. The mongoose, their unlikely savior against the snake, had become their new destroyer. Their hearts ached with a profound, desolate understanding. They had sought a quick fix, a powerful ally to eliminate an immediate threat. But in doing so, they had introduced an even more cunning and persistent danger directly into their home. The marsh, which had once felt like a sanctuary, now seemed a cruel, indifferent stage for their repeated tragedies. Their gaze drifted from the empty nest to the departing mongoose, a symbol of their flawed strategy. They had eliminated one problem, only to create another, far more immediate and devastating. The cost of their ill-conceived solution was laid bare, a silent, crushing indictment of their haste and lack of foresight. This wasn't merely a new predator, it was a consequence of their own actions, a bitter echo of their initial loss, magnified by their own intervention. And so, the silence that enveloped the marsh became their harshest teacher. The cranes understood, with a clarity that stung their very souls, that their desperate solution had birthed an even greater sorrow. Their story, though heartbreaking, carries a profound lesson for us all. When faced with a problem, the urge for a swift, decisive fix is powerful. Every action, every decision carries potential consequences. A quick fix, unexamined and impulsive, often proves to be a detour to even greater trouble.